I want to prove that I can thrive alongside Africa's wildlife. And I'm only going to do that if I can track down a reliable source of food. That is an amazing find. Prickly pear. And look how abundant they are. That is just ridiculous. Prickly pear have very, very massive spikes, but they have very, very fine hairs on the actual pear as well. I need to be quite cautious and careful when I'm taking the pear off so that I don't get spiked. Incredibly nutritious, and I've got 3. That is quite superb. I think it was definitely a good move. I can survive on what I've already found, but in order to live a long term, I'd need some protein. So that's what I need to focus on now, is protein. There'll be life in more abundance. So I'm going up hill, and I'm coming out into the upland meadow. So nice to have, full sun on my back. I can just feel that heat. That is gorgeous. Grasshoppers can contain as much protein as beef and almost 3 times as much calcium. 1, 2, 3. Look at him. He's going on the stick, that's for sure. He's almost worth a kebab on his own. He's been eating kebabs, certainly.
Megatori.
Oh, they look good. They're hot and tasty. It's got a slightly crispy shell and a smooth inside, and explodes in a really smooth, nice taste in your mouth. And it's just nice and warm. And you've got yourself grasshopper kebabs. I'd love a cup of tea to wash the grasshoppers down, but I don't have any containers to boil water in. The bark of the spruce tree is waterproof. I'm going to experiment and try and make a bowl with it. To stop it leaking, I've made glue from pine resin and charcoal. Especially when you're quite partial to a cup of tea. First success is that I have water away from the river. Now we're going to try and boil water. It won't withstand heat from the fire, but with a little bit of lateral thinking, this should work. Ow! We've got hot water. Amazing. Right, let's take these out. I'm just going to do nettle tip tea. Let it brew a little bit. Tea's on. Oh, I can taste the nettles. I'm having my first cup of tea. Little things in life, eh? Having a cup of tea. Very important. Very nice. The relative cool of the morning could be my best time to scavenge a cold-blooded breakfast. That's a lizard. These reptiles don't really get moving until they've warmed themselves up in the sun, making them surprisingly easy prey. That's a lizard and a half, that is. Number 3. Got him. Lizard number 4. 4 lizard kebab. Moment of truth. Just his head left. That tasted really good. I thoroughly recommend lizard kebab. So far, I've eaten insects and plants, but now I'm craving meat. I saw tadpoles in the pool where I washed earlier, so I'm going to investigate further.
Oh yeah! Ha ha! In seconds. I got myself a frog for supper. Hello, mate. Cool. Right.
Good morning.
Okay, he's dead now. And then
She's gone.
it's gone. I can't believe that. Right. Next time I'm not going to be so humane. Oh, massive frog. Thank goodness for that. First one's gone, but he's a big boy. Right, you're gonna die now, I'm afraid. It's twitching, but it's dead. Kebabs, he's not running away now. Quite happy with that, not a bad first day's hunting.
확실하게 죽는다고요.
He looks pretty done now. Let's go for the legs first. And that one looks pretty good. Wow, there's proper meat on that. It's cooked to perfection. That's the first proper bit of protein, and it's tasty. Bit of arm. Little front leg, little claw there. That was good. That was really good.
I've gathered enough food just by foraging, but the next stage on the journey towards thriving is to start setting traps. I'm heading to a clearing a little way from my camp.
So nice, just emerging out of the trees. Having sun on my face. Oh, that is so nice.
It should be a good area for rodents and birds. So I want to try something a bit more ambitious. I'm going to make a snare to catch birds.
This sapling here is nice and bendy enough for me to use as the spring lever for my bird trap. Very simple noose.
The sapling is attached to the noose, which is spread around a ring of sticks.
Perfect bait for birds. A worm. The bait is on a little trigger. If that stick is tugged at, toggle will release. And because of this little fence, the bird is forced to put its head over, and it will get its neck caught in the noose as the noose flies upwards. I'm confident these bird traps are going to work. They will work, they will work, they will work. Really is Leech City today.
Over the next few days, I settle into life in the jungle. And, encouraged by my success, I build a bamboo power shower.
Pretty cool. I'm not emailing, I'm not chatting on the phone, I'm not texting. I am actually in tune with this forest.
It might sound weird, but I'm going to attempt a form of ancient dowsing, trying to use the energy of the forest to find the stone I need.
There's an energetic pull. It can actually sway, physically sway your body, not even just an internal feeling of it's this way. It can actually physically pull your body. There's a fork in the path now. That way. 100% that way. Undeniably that way. So this area here. And you heard that as I dragged it across the rock. Hear that? That's not dull. That is exactly the material I need to make myself another cutting blade. Sorry, I can't even get my words out. I'm utterly blown away by that. That actually worked. That worked.
Not only have I found the type of stone I'm after, but it's huge. Instead of a knife, I'm going to make an axe.
It's an axe.
It'll speed up shelter building when I'm on the move and make me feel a little more secure out here on my own.
Ed and his caveman axe. Yeah, that would do damage. That really would do damage.
If I can live like indigenous tribes would have done, by continually moving to new hunting and farming grounds, then it'll be the final proof that I really could survive here long term.
One has gone off and it's got a bird in it. Oh, happy days. Essentially, it's a wild chicken, isn't it? Just shows that the longer you wait, the more these traps work. They sort of settle in, they lose the human scent, and these bird traps do work. Ha ha! Good news, Ed.
I reckon I've got the ingredients for a Thai curry. Chicken, wild ginger, Indian gooseberries, and bamboo grass.
One plate chicken. It's a good amount of meat, that, isn't it? I mean, it's scrawny for a chicken, but for one of my meals, that is utterly extravagant. I like that. It's amazing putting real meat in this cooking pot. Thai curry, chicken. I think it's done, and I actually don't dare leave it in the fire any longer because I fear that it's going to burn through. This is a feast. It's so good. The wild ginger just means that it's like proper food. The brains always taste so good. And the eyeballs. What an amazing thing to be doing. That was quite wonderful. Just lying here by the fire on the last night thinking I wouldn't trade all the hardship, all the elation, everything that this sort of escapade entails for anything in the world. I feel like the luckiest man alive. I really do. This time, I really do feel like I have thrived. Morning.
It's almost time to go.
This is living to the absolute extreme. It's nothing to do with having to prove yourself. It's nothing to do with having to combat anything or beat anything. This is just life in Technicolor.
But all too soon, the moment is gone. As the modern world comes flying in, That is the sound of a helicopter. Time to go home. Time to go home. Put some clothes on and go home. This has been my most successful trip yet. I don't just feel like I've thrived here. I've actually bonded with these hills and valleys, becoming part of the jungle. And I'll remember my time here for as long as I live.